Good morning. Welcome to Skill Building. Today we're going to talk about functions. The first thing I want you to do is read page 6. So if you haven't already, please go to the textbook, read page 6, math notes on functions. Pause the recording here and take a moment to do that, and then do the problems. Then come back to the recording. Alright, so hopefully you read page 6, and now we're going to provide definitions in our own words for function, domain, and range. So function, it says a relationship between inputs and outputs is a function if there is no more than one output for each input. So that means that every input into a machine or a function has only one output. If that's the case, it functions. So we're going to say that each input has only one output. If that's the case, it functions. Think about a soda machine. If we had a soda machine and you pressed the Pepsi button and you got Pepsi, you would say, oh, it's functioning. If you press the Pepsi button and sometimes you get Mountain Dew and at other times you get Pepsi, so the input's the button, the output's the soda. I got two different sodas for one button. We would say it's not functioning. The machine is broken. So each input has only one output. Domain. It says the set of all inputs for which there is an output is called the domain. And then the set of all possible outputs is called the range. I want you to look at it this way. Domain is a fancy word for input or the X values. Range is a fancy word for output or the Y values. Okay? So domain goes with input, X values. Range goes with output, Y values. If you look at this, you'll see that alphabetically, everybody's alphabetical. So X, Y, right when we make our X, Y table, D for domain comes before R for range. So X, Y, D, R. X is domain, Y is range. And then the same thing for input, output. That's alphabetical as well. So try to connect domain, input, and X values in your head, and then range, output, and Y values in your head. Number 2. We're supposed to find f of 2 for the function f of x equals x squared minus 6. This f of x is just another fancy way of writing y, and basically what they're saying here is that this x squared minus 6 is a function by using this fancy notation. They say function of x, so I say f of x. So this, when you have the 2 in parentheses here, this is input. So I need to take the 2 and put it right here. Like I said, this is another fancy way of writing y. So input is x's. So we're going to go y equals 2 squared minus 6. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. So f of x will equal negative 2. Remember, f of x and y they're like interchangeable. So this is just a fancier way of writing y. So when I take 2 and I put it into this machine, negative 2 will be its output. And before I move on to that here, I want to show you this here. So you can see the difference between number 2 and number 3. So number 2 has 2 in the parentheses here, and number 3 has f of x equals 3. So this time, this is output. So this stands for y, right? This is my output. So I'm going to replace this whole thing here with a 3. So just notice the difference. Input, we'll put it in the parentheses. Output will go f of x equals something. So let's carry on. So I want to solve for the input. I'm trying to find what was put into the machine so that I got a 3 as the answer. So we go ahead and do our math. 9 equals x squared. So I'm going to undo this by square rooting both sides. There are actually 2 answers. One of them is 3. That's the easy one. 3 times 3 is 9. Something else times itself is also 9, and that is negative 3. both of these work. So I have two inputs that when I put them in the machine will give me 3 as an output. And this is still a function because each one goes to its own answer. 3 goes to 3 and negative 3 goes to 3. So that's okay. If 3 went to 3 and 3 went to 4, then I would have a problem. Okay, so this is still good. Number 4, state whether the table presents a function or not. A function is when every input has only one output. So here you can see here's an input. It goes with 0. Now here's another, it's the same, these are repeated, but this time it's going to 1. So this is like my Pepsi machine. Sometimes I press the button, I get 0. Other times I press the same button, I'm getting 1. So this is not a function because it's not predictable. We don't know which answer we're going to get. We're going to either get 0 or 1. We don't know which output we're going to get. Here's another one. This time the first Pepsi button goes to -1. All right, this is good. And this is like a second button, also going to -1. But they're not repeated anywhere else, so all of these here are unique. All of my inputs have one output. Okay, it's this scenario here that's the problem. So this one is a function. This is okay. This is like having 2 Pepsi buttons on the machine. As long as they're each giving you Pepsi, it's okay. If they gave you different results when you press the button, then it would be not a function.